society trusted. This is the opinion, yes, yeah. For their own abuses, they keep making excuses. Housing crack up over. They unleash the lawyer, set up an inquiry just to get Kid Rowley.
But they wouldn't sue the false paper screw.
I don't need to come close to tell them go. Hurry, pack up your bundle
Now,
stop fooling the people. The country taking a beating. So me plea are repeating.
go
They like a natural disaster.
Now.
10 times worse than Ebola. Like a dog with fleas
and
and
down on their knees.
And I'm begging, go now, we and I did one week. From the side to the country, streets turn into rivers, then into seas. That's why I'm singing, go now. This is my humble petition. I know if you did for election, go now, please. Accidental, detrimental, could be lethal. Are you willing to take that chance? Much too seedy, day too greedy, eyes too beady. Honeymoon end before the romance. We expect corruption, but now without check or interruption. That a few might stuff the pocket, but not racket by the pocket. From the constant comments, we get no recess.
Before things fall apart and the riot starts.
Even in chutney, I'll tell them go. Make it sooner than later. To protect the future, please. For the sake of we children and the next generation.
Go
To safeguard our image. Before Griffith cause more damage. Like a dog with fleas
and
and
down on their knees.
And I'm making they try to stick me with the rich me. They have more trick than Houdini. Streams turn into rivers, then into seas. That's why I'm singing. Please, Mrs. Pamela, take Munila and Sharma, go now, please. Them and their minions, total villains, raking millions. Their slogan, we shall rise, it was so true. Tell John Public not to panic while them and they sidekick. Swimming in a pool of dollars so blue. Like meat eating vulture, they neglect agriculture.
Let's go.
Peace.
Peace, my brother. Miss Moses, good afternoon. Igwe. Well, last night, I went into a family get-together, and I had a discussion with one of the with a prominent politician in Grenada. I retired to my dormitory about 11:30 minutes to 12. And I say, should I waste some sleep tonight? Or should I go on? I say I'm gonna take me rest because I don't waste sleep on West Indies tonight. But my rest was uneasy. So I jump out the bed like a madman and I reach for my phone. Lo and behold, the boys do us proud. Him.
They win?
West Indies won the game.
Finally.
After 27 years, we never beat Australia in Australia.
Finally.
Them fellas them what they count out and they say, them men and them do can't make it. So kudos to all West Indies players and all West Indian fans. Andrew, are you listening? Your team did well, Andre. Coming back and doing more and more. Team and the youngsters and the potential. I say anytime they get it close enough together, they could win games. But the sad thing, we doesn't bowl well and bat well in the same game. If we bowling well, we don't batting well. But the difference in the whole thing is the fielding by them and them holding on to them catches and them. Yeah, something was lacking for a while. Independent Talk Igwe for Sunday the 28th January 2024. Grenada is my constituency, Igwe. Real FM is my parliament. New media, Real FM. I'm the people's spokesman. Blessed and protected by the Ancient of Days. Like I always say, the only reason I'm here, Igwe, not for self-gratification, but to give people the facts. And whilst I give you the facts, I want people to fact check me. Don't just believe what I say. Check it out. And when you satisfy yourself, what you do with that facts is a matter entirely for you. Silver and gold have we none, Igwe, but when we come here, we come to advocate for truth and justice, even when it doesn't affect us directly, Igwe. We're speaking for the humbly weak and the marginalized. As Mr. Peters like to call them, the lower socio-economic people. Well, Real FM has become new media. Real media. We bring hope to the hopeless. We give kudos where it is due, and we speak of the ills when we need to. We always advocate that where shame is absent, anything could happen. I just want to throw out that here, Igwe. Representative government is government representing all of the people, all of the time, not sometime. It begs the question here. Could we honestly say, Igwe, that present government, the NDC, is representing all people? And the question is no. Because we see the 50th independence is on us, Igwe. And the thing still inside. Black, white, and yellow, and the rest. And that is so sad at this juncture of our development. We make it talking about the youth. But at the end of the day, Igwe, are we representing ourselves? What are we passing on to the next generation? All I see is divisiveness, Igwe. Us and them, and nothing about we. So we're here to give facts. We're here to pass information on and to report the concerns of the ordinary man. Because Igwe, last Friday, when we left the station and we was on our way going for the bus stop, you heard what the gentleman say. He said because of Real FM, new media, that's how he does get to know things. So we know if it's at least one person believes in this entity and these programs. So we can't stop. And we have to deal with the issues that confront us. The first question of the day, Igwe, is to the MIT man, because he make all kind of shenanigans about implementation. He bring pipe, people giving him pipe to raise in parliament. The first question, Mr. Implementation, what is the true situation with the development of the international airport Maurice Bishop? What's all the taxiway? Because here all kind of song and dance or implementation of what NNP didn't do. Tell us, are we getting the taxiway or not? Because you see, you're boasting about implementation. You're boasting about it's the best thing since sliced bread. What we want to know about the taxiway. The second question the people ask me to speak of, to find out, they tell me to ask that one to the person who advises the Prime Minister on national security. Because in recent times, if you read the newspaper, you see all kind of thing about special branch and thing. But all what they're saying now, Igwe, is things we've been saying a long time now. And when we said it before, they say it was lies. When we said it before, they say we're making noise. But you're seeing their mouthpiece in recent times printing everything we talk about as relates to the RGPF and the state of Grenada. We need not go and give them any credence, because the only that story is our story, Igwe. They only writing the things we say before. So when we talk about special branch and how they mash up the work, they coming to realize it now. And they now realizing and agreeing that members in the police force is disgruntled because of our promotion. And we've been saying that a very long time. So when they talk about that now, you the people know, new media, Real FM, real media.
True media.
Real people. So they want us to ask the National Security Advisor, who has the security contract for the ministerial complex? Is he the retired police officer, or is the retired police officer just holding papers for somebody else? We will get to that, we're just throwing it out now. Because we're throwing it out now for them to react. Because we have information suggesting what is the real thing. But the National Security Advisor who study law, he must know about full disclosure. So in interest of full disclosure, we are asking it. Because when we find we give enough time, what we usually do, the book of scripture says you ask them personally the first time. When you find they don't answer, you get a person and you go with them and you ask them again. And then when you find they don't answer, you bring it out in the public. So we go treat with it. So we ask you now. If you don't answer, we go bring another person to ask you. And then if you don't do it, we go present the facts as we have it, Igwe. Now, Igwe, I need you to sort out 2 clips for me. The first clip is where Lennox Andrew said the people ask him, are they go pay late? And we know how to get money. The second clip is one I sent you with the Minister of Finance. He was on some Sunday talk show. Then I send you one with the Honorable Prime Minister, where he say government, nothing doesn't happen. And then I want you to set up the next one with the Honorable Prime Minister when he was in St. Lucia. Because I need to draw a parallel here. Because when we come here, we have the receipt for what we say. But before you do that, Igwe, let me lay it straight. I want you to give me kakistocracy. Because I'm bringing a point here and I will use the own words to confirm it. So give me the kakistocracy first. And then we go cut and go through. So we don't come here to cast aspersions. We come here to give facts. And they could go and fact check me with anything I say here. They don't have to just believe. Check it out for yourself. Because there's a situation where a lot of people in this country say they do get paid.
Yeah.
It's not something I making up or ego making up. The people claiming they don't get paid. And what is sad about it is the people from the lower income bracket that is complaining. The big people get their money. You understand? Montreal estate people do get their money. But the Minister of Finance is blaming other persons. So play kakistocracy because we go in deep sea diving, you know.
And I think this is how we describe our government. This is a real word. It's not made up.
Okay.
It has Greek origins. It is called a kakistocracy. Google it. A kakistocracy.
Surely you're making things up now.
Google it.
I mean, I love the word, but what is the meaning?
Okay. You Google it and you tell me the meaning.
Okay.
And tell me this does not adequately describe our government.
Now I'm typing kaki into my work computer.
Yes.
Okay, cool.
Kakistocracy.
Kakistocracy.
Kakistocracy. And give me the definition.
Literally, a government by the worst people.
Yes.
A government by the least suitable or competent citizens of a state. Okay, so full of the kaki people.
It's not
I
even
can't believe it's an actual word.
I know.
and it's not even an Afrikaans word you'd think where kak comes from. Hey?
Wow.
Do you call a parliament full of these people a case?
Ah, he enjoyed that.
Touche, my man. Touche.
So,
Don't worry your head too much about.
so Igwe, a kakistocracy is a group of people in government that is not suitable. Now, the clip in St. Lucia, play it next. Don't go by toes here. So the clip in St. Lucia. Hold on.
If we do not recruit our young people and get them active in politics, you will end up with reluctant politicians or politicians by default. And when they become politicians by default, usually the only thing they're interested is in themselves, their friends, and their family.
So, themselves, them family. Play that again for people to hear.
If we do not recruit our young people and get them active in politics, you will end up with reluctant politicians or politicians by default. And when they become politicians by default, usually the only thing they're interested is in themselves, their friends, and their family.
No, I see.
So, this kakistocracy, the government by the least suitable people, who the descriptive word from the Prime Minister, a default government. The characteristics in his definition of a default government, Igwe, is they check for themselves, them friends, and them family. So let me break it down. The friends get pay, themselves get pay, and the families get pay. And the rest, they make an excuse. But that was a question they asked Mr. Andrews Gates. That was a question they asked Mr. Andrews Gates.
So don't worry your head too much about empty treasury. Empty treasury. We in the NDC, we have the exposure. We have had the exposure. Good? And we know what to do to find money, to look after the needs of our people. And as I have the mic, let me say, as we go around the country and we speak to our people, that's a topic that they always say to us, we go pay salary late and we don't know how to run a country. Tell them that we say we know how to run a country, and tell them that we wouldn't pay salary late. All right? Tell them that affirmatively. We're not going to pay salary late, and we know how to run a country.
So, when this government went to the people, Igwe, the people asked them the question. They say, all you have a track record of can running government. All you have a track record of paying late. But the minister told the people, we know how to find money. We know how to run government. And we wouldn't pay late. So we see now, pay late. That's the first point here. So, pay late. We go mark it down here. So mark that down. Pay late. So we go tell you now, the other partner is out run government. So listen, Mr. Cornwall.
An NDC government will put an end to contract workers in the public service as soon as it takes office. There is no need for a parallel public service in Grenada. All workers will be given permanent status.
I'm saying that. From the Ministry of Finance standpoint, we want to encourage the finance officers in the various ministries and departments. Do your work and do it on time. If you know something has to happen, don't wait until the 99th hour and then push the blame on the Ministry of Finance, because we have an obligation to verify the information, make sure it is cross-checked before we can print a check. But if, for example, a staff member has an increase in salary to get, and it's coming from the ministry of, let's say, X or Y, and he gets to the treasury and so on, and that increase is not on top of 10 so on, the person may get a short payment, but it's not the Ministry of Finance that pay you short. It's what we get from your ministry and so on, and we verified it. We paid it. So I'm appealing to our finance officers or permanent secretaries who are the so-called persons that need to make sure they verify that everything that goes from the ministry to the Ministry of Finance is done properly and is without errors. And those persons who are still out there skylarking, I would say, because you need to make sure that you do your work. And if you didn't do your work on time, don't blame the ministry at the end of it, because so many times I've been calling my PS and the Accountant General to verify this and verify that. Sometimes it's not really in the treasury yet.
Yeah, because in December I know you had issues with some individuals complaining that they did not get their wages on time.
Yes, but just imagine.
You're saying it's simply because officers did not complete their paperwork in time for processing.
Yes, but again I must say that the stocks of people that is involved, especially, for example, the Bushin people, and so, I believe that we have to find a way at addressing that problem because, I mean, it's just too much people. And if you have little or no time to basically process all the people, some things will fall to the crack. So as we go forward, we have to find a way of digitalizing those things. If I give the people in the field and so on a little laptop or something or iPad to basically enter the information that can interact with the system directly to make it much more easier. But I would not say that's an easy process. It's a lot of work. Imagine, for example, people expect to get paid for the Christmas on the 25th and so on. But imagine people woke up to the 22nd and 23rd.
Wait, so you're saying work takes place maybe with the bushers or whosoever up to the 23rd. The officer supervising them waits until the 23rd to submit the request for payment for these workers.
Sometimes it happens that way. So the payment.
Then they won't get payment.
Simple. Simple.
There's no time for
and it's easy for people out there to basically blame the government for late payment and all kind of nonsense because, I mean, they're looking for a tagline to run with and so on. The government is broke, they don't have monies and they're inefficient and so on. But just imagine the stocks of paper I'm talking about, they store that you have to sift through that and so on. I mean, yes, the finance officer might say, well, look, we have too much work on my desk to do and so on. We have to find ways of making sure that these things.
Well, how do you kind of convey to these individuals, supervisors, who are responsible for submitting payment logs? How do you plan to say to them, look, this is the process, you must send it in to me 1 week before payment is due because we need to process the arrangement.
Yes. So I can speak for the Permanent Secretary of Ministry of Finance because we have done all that we should have done beginning January. We have actually issued the circular for the implementation of the budget. We have asked people to at least pay attention to certain things. In fact, in the coming weeks and so on, I'll be rolling out meetings personally with the Permanent Secretary and the finance officers to make sure that some of the things that I've seen in the last year or so happening do not happen. If a finance officer has been in the system for very long and knows there are certain routine things that you do, things like a government want to move, for example, funds from one area to the other to make sure that things happen smoothly because the budget is a forecast, right? And not something that is a perfect science. So there might be times you provide for something here and it didn't happen as it should happen here. You may have to move resources around. These are things that the finance officers and the permanent secretary should know. And don't wait until the 99 hour to come to the Ministry of Finance and say, well, look, we're supposed to have paid this person this and this wasn't paid. I mean,
yes, Igwe.
Igwe.
He sound like he lost.
Not he sound like he lost, Igwe. Oh, we have to give credit to this particular program for the clip. But listen, have you heard anything more obscene and vulgar discussing government business on a political program? That happening now. The Minister of Finance discussing government business on a political program, so they don't able to differentiate NDC from the government. So when we talk about kakistocracy and a default government, right there. Not me. Right there. Listen to it. Because to discuss government business on a political program is vulgar and obscene. But can't it get any worse? I think not. Igwe. So, let me make the connection. First clip. Don't play no more clip yet. First clip of kakistocracy. The least suitable people. The Prime Minister quantify a default government by saying they check on themselves, the friends and the family. And that was happening with this government. Anybody could check it. Then Lennox and you see the people tell them they go pay late payment. And the people also tell them they can run country because the finance minister telling the nation watch, It's not we are running thing. It's the finance people and them. You know. So if they don't give us, nothing can happen. You know. But he believes that we just come around. How the same set of people used to be paid during the NNP reigning government. We didn't used to hear that on them. We didn't hear the excuse about paperwork high so and men working on the 23rd. Because it is understood in December, persons used to get paid in a particular time. But they come and they say, oh, you go pay twice a month, fortnightly. We know the thing would have come down to that. We know the thing would have come down to that. So here, the clips quantify what we just be saying anyway. The government is not doing well. They're blaming persons for their performance. So, are we now to believe that we have a default government in power? So they blame everybody else. Finance Minister Ital. And you hear who name he mentioned? The Bushers. That who they don't like. The small man. They have a hatred for them. So the question is, how come for these programs, Igwe, the persons used to get paid before? Igwe. And secondly, what is new? What is new in preparing the documentation for persons to be paid? Or is it just incompetence by a default government? And if so, they have to go. If they are incompetent and they are default government, they have to go. Because that was the same question Mr. Ann say the people ask them, all you can run country and people we'll take a short break and come back.
Tell me candid, they too wicked, far too crooked. That is the frequent comment I hear. Too one-sided, underhanded, can't be trusted. This is the opinion, yes, yeah. For their own abuses, they keep making excuses. Housing crack up over, they unleash their lawyer. Set up an inquiry just to get Kid Rowley.
But they wouldn't sue the false paper screw.
I don't need talk close to tell them go. Hurry, pack up your bundle now. Stop fooling the people. The country taking a beating. So me plea are repeating. Go. They're like a natural disaster. Now. 10 times worse than Ebola. Like a dog with fleas and tongue on the knees. And I'm begging food now. Into rivers, then into seas. Is why I'm singing. Now this is my humble petition. Announce the date for election. Go now, please. Accidental, detrimental, could be lethal. Are you willing to take that chance? Much too seedy, they too greedy. expect corruption, but now it's don't check or interruption. That few might stuff their pocket, but not racket by the pocket. From the concert comments, we ain't get no recess. Before things fall apart and the riot starts, even in chutney I'll tell them go. Make it sooner than later. So protect the future, please, for the sake of we children and the next generation. Go to safeguard our image before Griffith cause more damage like a dog with fleas. A dog on the knees. And I beg you, go now. They try to stick me with Rashmi. They are more trick than Houdini. Streams turn into rivers, then into seas. That's why I sing it. Please, Mrs. Pamela, take Munila and Sharma. Go now, please. Them and their minions, total villains, raking millions. Their slogan, we shall rise, it was so true. Tell John Public not to panic while them and they sidekick swimming in a pool of dollars so blue. Like meat eating vulture, they neglect agriculture. Mega fans of phony, Mama Guy Caroni, Sweet Man Glenn and Sharma, came face to face with the karma. And it was awful, but true it too far. Don't need a big mouth to tell them go. What children see, they just follow.
Yes, agree. And folks, you can call in now. 442-0175 is the number to reach us on the inside.
Igwe, if you remember and you're following the trend, there was a particular time this Prime Minister Dickon Mitchell used to travel like every other day. And everybody seeing him flying, this, that. And he was attending galas left, right, and center. And when Real FM, new media, real media, start asking questions, what is the purpose of this gala? Some answer and say it was a means of getting funds to build a party, NDC party headquarters. In some quarters that was said. But chatters on the street has asked how much monies have been collected through those galas. And if so, is it enough to build the headquarters? And if so, how much more monies is needed? And what source would be used to get those monies? Because there are some real questions. So, we didn't rest on our laurels here at Real Media, New Media, Real FM. We went out there, Igwe. And we have to ask some questions. But before we do so, I'll speak about Nation Builders, Inc. And we go ask some questions. Nation Builders, an initiative that seeks to eliminate bureaucracy when it comes to implementation of government community projects. Don't forget that word implementation, And don't forget the Ministry of MIT, because we will get back to all of that. It is officially registered as a non-profit non-profit or non-government organization. But a non-government organization to implement government community projects. Listen the word, you know. Because don't forget about the gala and don't forget about the party headquarters. Let me finish with that and we'll take the call. It was registered in October 2023. October 2023. Following an application to the Attorney General's Chamber in September 2023 by the law firm Mitchell and Co. So we asking the Prime Minister if he's a beneficial owner. Whose local address is Unit 14-16 Excel Plaza, Grand and St. Andrews. This means that Nation Builders Inc. do not have to comply with the financial rules and regulations as established for government agencies and departments, but will have to comply with the applicable clauses in the 1994 Company Act. This includes not paying tax. Let me take the call. Good afternoon, caller.
Good afternoon.
How are you?
I am blessed.
Well,
blessed.
stay blessed.
Yes, my dear. No matter what going on, I am blessed. And I love to hear the program. I hardly not miss one. It's only if I have to go somewhere, I'll miss one of this program. This morning, I heard Pastor Stanford Simon bring out a message. Well, I can't really remember the scripture I read now because I was getting ready to go to church too. And talking about division with what and if what. Well, I can go through the details. But what I want Pastor Simon to understand, I want to ask him who started division with the independent. Because bad how it is, when Mr. Nazim Bok and them was there and Tillman Thomas, he didn't have division because I know I used to go and then the Dr. Kit Mitchell was there and the Tillman Thomas and everybody eating together. But the starting of that division is when Forrester did not get what he had to get from Kit Mitchell for his wife, his diplomatic passport. There is where the division starts. So when you hear there's people and them speaking, they must go back to facts. Is he, Stanford Simon, Forrester, and the one that say that we looking like clown when we dress in with things, them started the division of the independence celebration because it was never like that. The past NDC was there and the celebration was going on between the two parties. But it's when Forrester pull out and he go and make the thing and have this thing about the Cameroon Pack and all kind of a stupidness. This is where the division starts. Between them, the division starts. So not NNP, what started the division. They started. And if they want NNP in the thing now, they would have go through the right channel. So any division, they have to get the blame of the division, not NNP party, not Dr. Kit, because Dr. Kit was always there with the other NDC, and they wasn't so formed for themselves, but they was better than this and them. They don't want no part of NNP among them. All what they want is the NDC, what they formed, I can't say the young NDC people, and to rate up Maurice Bishop. And they mourning for Maurice Bishop. They mourn. I hope they try to mourn to send back his spirit before you hunt them. Have a blessed day.
Yes, scholar. The truth is never far behind Igwe. So yes, Igwe. So I want people to understand some dates It was registered in October 2023. The application was made in September 2023 by the law firm Mitchell and Co. Igwe. That is something we ought not to forget. Nation Builders Inc. is spearheading the WASH program of Grenada. The address for the principal office of the company's unit number 2, Hobson House, St. John Street, St. George's, Grenada. And that address, find out who else they in the address. Mr. Prime Minister, I will beneficial owner. But you have 3 directors. And we're talking about politically exposed. How politically exposed is Benedict Peters? How politically exposed is what? Miss Noel. How politically exposed is Miss Benjamin? That is the question we have to answer. Because I recall Deacon Mitchell beating up on Faith and saying all kind of things about Faith. But I want to ask the Minister of Education, tell us what he really know about Faith. And we don't know because chatters on the street want to know if you didn't make any money from Faith. Have you ever been paid by Faith for any services? Because let us pretend to the nation, but we hear on Real FM new media, we cutting through all the nonsense. So, there goes. But there's a small matter on it of the 25th of September. We want to know if $500,000 was given to Nation Builders Inc. And where did this $500,000 come from? Because who are the clients of Nation Builders Inc.? So we go in, you know. Is Nation Builders Inc. a non-governmental organization set up or sponsored by this government in order to further its political interests and just a mimic the civic groups and civil society at home? What is the purpose of Nation Builders Inc.? And how does Nation Builders Inc. connect to raising funds for building a NDC headquarters? That is the question. That is the big question again. What is expected from Nation Builders Inc. in reference to building a national headquarters for the National Democratic Congress? That is the big question again. Because paper trail is a hell of a thing, eh? Paper trail is a hell of a thing. So, is Nation Builders Inc., that's the big question, eh? Set up to sponsor, is set up Because I like to sing, I like to always sit in. Nation Builders Inc. is an initiative that seeks to eliminate bureaucracy when it comes to implementation of community projects. It is officially registered as a non-profit, non-governmental organization. It was registered October 2023 following the application to the Attorney General's Chamber by the law firm of Mitchell and Co. The Prime Minister know about Mitchell and Co. So I ask the question, is Nation Builders Inc., was it set up or sponsored by this government in order to further its political interests and just to mimic a civic group and civic society? Because you see here, it's a non-for-profit organization. So we want to know who are the beneficiaries of Nation Builders Inc. Because we hear now what a $500,000 given to them since before they even register.
Mm-hmm.
Where did this money come from? Because once it's taxpayers' money, I could ask about it. It's not NDC money. Once it comes from the coffers of the consolidated fund, we could ask about it. And we've seen some address, Nation Builders are the same address of our law firm, Mitchell and whatsoever. The only client of Nation Builders Inc. is the government. The board of directors, all of them politically exposed. Are we talking about corruption and conflict of interest? And we used to talk about NNP corrupt. But I have to talk to the MIT minister now. But before I talk to him, who is the acting prime minister? Because they say the prime minister out of state. I see some picture take out with him up north, Igwe.
Mm-hmm.
Last night, I see people taking out picture with him. Who is the acting prime minister of Karikou? Now, Pity Martin, Karikou and Green. There's some questions we have to ask.
Start from the top, come now.
So you don't say it.
Yeah, so you don't see it.
So MIT, it seems like you're not doing your work.
School child say to follow the money, Igwe.
Because if Nation Builder Inc. is an initiative set up for the implementation of community projects, I mean, Mr. Implementation, you fail. So all the bullshit us boast out implementation is lie. Or is it more to do with building of the National Democratic Congress headquarters? Igwe. So Igwe, we need to, on real media, new media, Real FM, will ask those questions. Because we go get some questions, we go get some answers going on here just now, you know.
Mm-hmm.
Some excuses.
Mm-hmm.
So did the gala don't make enough money to build the place? So you have to look at a different source. You like take the call.
Hello?
Hello?
Yes, is that Real FM?
Yes.
Yes. Good afternoon, gentlemen.
Afternoon.
It's a good thing to hear you. Good program, as usual. Master Call.
Hey!
Sarge.
Wago.
Are they good? Are they good? Listen, there's a short one there. I wouldn't be linked at all. I just want to be short. Now, the children of Israel, they wanted a king, right?
Yeah.
1 Samuel 1 Samuel chapter 8. They wanted to deny the power of God and the leadership of Almighty God. But you remember what he told Samuel?
Yeah.
That you have not rejected me. I mean, they have not rejected you, sorry. But they have rejected me. And that is what is going to happen to your children, you and your children. You know, your son's going to be thrown into war, your daughters will be raped and be taken as wives and so on and so forth, and abused and so on. Now, I am seeing Grenada as this little rock that we loved and that we cherish for all over these years. And we recognize, well, even this period is the celebration of the 50th anniversary of independence. And as you could notice, as the people of Grenada could see, that this is nothing more than a political stage that is being set to fulfill the plans, right? There are some things that they're going to achieve that is going to be at the detriment of the people of Grenada political life. I can recall also that the same trend, what we are seeing today, is like what was happening during the period of 1979 coming down to 83, where people had been muzzled, they couldn't say, we didn't have freedom of speech, in other words, you know? But today we notice that the icon of Comrade Morris Bishop has been set up, and a lot of the people, of persons, especially in the leadership position, not of the government, but in the political realm, that stood against Morris Bishop. You see them today standing for NDC and for Morris Bishop. So one would want to ask the question, what is it they're trying to achieve? I believe what they're trying to achieve is this very same thing that they tried to achieve from 1955 come up to 1979 with the birth of the revolution. So therefore, we Grenadian people, and you notice I said Grenadian people, because there are a lot of conscious NDC supporters. Yeah, there are some NDC supporters who do not agree with what is going on today. Therefore, I ask the question, why are you staying there? Why are you remaining within the rank and file of your political organization? All right? Now, we are looking forward to the day when Grenada could return to a more or less governing and leadership as we had before for the few decades that we had under the new National Party, under the leadership of the right Dr. and Honorable Kit Mitchell and his undisputed team. He had a great team of workers, and I want Canadians not to leave out the team. All right, recognize the team, because you see, NNP is about team playing, right? All the development that we have had over the past years in Grenada is because of the proper guidance and leadership of our Prime Minister, former Prime Minister, and his team. The team, permit me not to say his team, but the team that walk along with him. You see? Now we are looking forward to that day, that time when Grenada will be liberated again. I mean, the Grenadians right now, some people don't want, they're afraid to talk because they feel that they will be victimized because of the job that they are doing. If you notice, now I listened to the clip that you played earlier on. The Minister of Finance is blaming the Permanent Secretary. Listen, everything rises and falls on leadership. So from the Prime Minister down to the Minister of Finance, right, ought to be taking the knock for the inefficient operation of our country. This bi-monthly thing is not working. They need to revisit, they need to listen to the old stalwarts who have spoken, Brother Gabriel Bowen, Dr. Mitchell, and others in the team who told them that They have no problem if they want to do this. If they have the money and they have the know-how to do it, go ahead. But it is not possible that this would work efficient. So they need to do that. All right. Now I just want to throw out an announcement. I want to throw an announcement. This Saturday morning at 6 o'clock, the constituency of St. David's Women's Arm would be staging a massive fundraising drive for our dear loved one, Wayne Noel. That's Turkey. All right. So even though you cannot come, we need things like Tanya, we need cocoa balls, we need different things that will enhance and make a good breakfast. That we can sell this, that our brother would get some financing for his dialysis and etc.
Okay.
So please, at 6 o'clock. Before I go,
which place you say it is?
I didn't hear you now.
Where is the location?
It is going to be at the constituency NNP office at Las Vegas, St. David.
Okay.
Right? The number you can contact these numbers. Right?
Yeah.
534 5116 536 8652 535 6681. All right, so if you call us, we can direct you to other persons in the constituency women's arm that can give some answers to your question.
All right.
I want to call on Mr. Terry Forrester to be more reasonable, right? And we can play back a lot of the clips where his voice has been heard, not even talking against the NDC in some of the things that they are practicing today that we in NNP never practiced. All right? And if he's listening to our programs, he would hear many of the clips that we are playing, that things that they lied about, right? And he was at the helm, yeah? And so they need to be honest. The Almighty God is not sleeping. And he is a just judge. Thank you.
All right.
Good one.
But he was driving at a point, which is, you have to serve the people. If you could come and be parliamentarian, all kind of people go buy you.
Yes, he agree.
So they want you buy Terry? I don't know. Yeah, next one?
No.
Chatters on the street agree.
Call a call back.
Call. I listened the opening of the gala last night, and they stated that the proceeds of the gala will be going towards the WASH project in St. David's, only St. David's, and ask persons to continue to contribute towards the project. Why is it only St. David's, Igwe? Igwe, why? You don't understand, Igwe?
Oh, I go to that down there from. The one from St. David's, he taking care of it thing. Young Glen is in.
So yes, Igwe, we are saying this nation builders Ingby. Because after they beat up on faith organization, they don't pay them red flags. But Chatter say, ask Mr. The Minister of Education if he at any time benefited any money from faith organization. And how much? And for how long? Because we need to know them things and them. And how much money they give in Nation Builders Inc. And what time they give them the money even before they were registered. And what is the true purpose of the money? Is it to further political means? Because we must ask those questions, because when you have a kakistocracy in place, a default government, as explained, we asking the question, was Nation Builders Inc. set up or sponsored by this government to further its political interests and just a mimic to non-profit organization. And when we find the answer and follow the money and recognize the gala making that kind of money, we go understand what there is. So you go, let's take a break and come back.
Tell me candid, they too wicked, far too crooked. That is the frequent comment I hear. Too one-sided, underhanded, can't be trusted. This is the opinion, yes, yeah. For their own abuses, they keep making excuses. Housing crack up over, they unleash their lawyer. Set up an inquiry just to get Kid Rowley.
But they wouldn't sue the false paper screw.
I don't need come close to tell them go. Hurry, pack up your bundle now. Stop fooling the people, please. The country taking a beating. So me plea are repeating. Go. They're like a natural disaster. Now. 10 times worse than Ebola. Like a dog with fleas and tongue on their knees. And I'm begging. Into rivers, then into seas. Is why I'm singing. Go now. This is my humble petition. Go now. Another date for election. Go now, please. Accidental, detrimental, could be lethal. Are you willing to take that chance? Much too seedy, they too greedy, eyes too beady. And before the romance, we expect corruption, but now without check or interruption. That a few might stuff the pocket, but not racket by the pocket. From the constant comments, we get no recess. Before things fall apart and the riot starts, even in chutney I'll tell them go. Make it sooner than later, to protect the future, please. For the sake of we children and the next generation, go to safeguard our image. Before Griffith cause more damage, like a dog with fleas and down on the knees. And I'm begging, go now. They try to stick me with Rashmi. They have more trick than Houdini. Streams turn into rivers, then into seas. That's why I'm singing, go now. Please, Mrs. Hamla, take Munila and Sharma, go now, please. Them and their minions, total villains, raking millions. Their slogan, we shall rise, it was so true. Tell John Public not to panic while them and they sidekick. Swimming in a pool of dollars so blue. Like meat-eating vulture, they neglect agriculture. Mega fans of phony, Mama Guy Caroni, Sweet Man Glenn and Sharma, came face to face with the karma. And it was awful, but true it to pull. Don't need a big mouth to tell them go. Watch her and see they does follow now. Before we regret tomorrow, please. You're setting a bad example. Family values they trample. Go. It's only vice they desire. Now. Before the 5 years expire, like a dog with fleas and down on the knees. And a bleeding go now. Before we end in bankruptcy. Before they empty the treasury, streams turn into rivers, then into seas. Is why I'm bleeding go now. Immediately. And don't forget your AG go now, please.
Hello?
Hello. A man phone look like he getting trouble again.
Okay.
Hello, good afternoon.
You call back.
Why are you echoing, sir?
You have something on?
I don't know if I'm not hearing an echo.
You good now?
Yeah, I feel.
My phone was on.
Look, sir.
Yeah, we're straight. All right, people, you could call in 442-0175. That's the number. The caller is calling back. Hello on the WhatsApp. Hello? Yes.
Igwe and Master Call. Happy Independence, man.
Hey, man.
Blessings.
I heard you ask who is the acting Prime Minister, but I hear it's our St. Patrick man. I heard it pronounced last night.
One of the good people?
Yeah, I heard it. So I don't think he should be hiding from the people because he's acting right now. The St. Patrick West Minister. Yes. Before we go further, Master Caller, I want to ask a question. I'm not hearing about the gentleman who was offered the
gracious offer.
I hear nothing about the parliamentary rep. So like he get his gracious offer because after matter rest alone. So you look as he might get his gracious offer. I don't know. You might have a. I remember in 19 going Trinidad because I was hiding from my arrest. I was part of the Gary government, so I had to go there. I happened to meet the opposition leader at the time. It was, this is now Basio Pandey. And we were drinking shotgunners. He was telling me, so glad when the Prime Minister at the time make mistake. He don't even talking about it because he's glad that it's for him. And looking great that today we have a young man who is getting so much good advice from your program. I'm not taking. People is saying about you don't like the man. This program is not about don't like.
No,
it's just about speaking up. In your cases, I heard you are offering. So I'm saying this gentleman is a very lucky man. He's just not capable and he's not showing a good quality. He could handle the affairs of this country. And a lot of people don't want to realize that. You are speaking of what is wrong. And I'm not hearing anybody saying what Master Carter and Mr. P and others say is not true. I told some NDC last night, I said, come forward and say what is not true in what you are doing on Master Carter program. They don't want to say that. I said, no, I don't want to say that. If challenge Master Carter, if you feel not right, the man has facts, back up. So this is why I call it on Grenadians who are else do yes. So a lot of NDC know what's going on, but they hush them out. Because some of them, we just start to eat a food, how you call it. So they hush them out and they accepting what is going on. So I want to say, continue the good program because a lot of people just don't want to speak out, but they hear the facts. So thank you. All right.
All right, blessings.
Igwe, we have receipts for everything we say.
Well, I'm watching the live there and
tell me.
School children and them saying now, a lot of ticket buying and all kind of people going in gala and they want to know who buying this ticket and them.
Oh, people what the electorate reject.
What they reject.
Yeah, the people are running for election, the people saying No, we don't want all it.
But they didn't gala last night.
Well,
They galing.
yeah, Igwe. As we on gala and money, we must talk about the procurement indication from the government to move sole source from $15,000 to $100,000. Now, sole source is basically, let me give an example. Like most of the, in NMP time, most of the concrete work under $15,000 they could have given somebody without having a bid. When you one that was bigger than that, you still had to bid, open bid by 3 or more persons. But now they want to move it from 15,000 to 100,000, which they could just give somebody. The question is, are they expecting a kickback from that money to help build the headquarters of the NDC? Let me take the call.
Good afternoon, Master Carl. Good afternoon, Igwe. Master Carl and Igwe, who does celebrate independent time approaching? A party or the state?
The state, as for me, I don't go in no NDC rally, what they call independent.
Exactly.
I'm not going in no NDC rally.
No time at all from 1974 to 2022, when independence celebrated, that is what happened. But under this government, Master Carl, it comes like a party celebrate independence. Master Carl, we know in our country there are 15 constituencies and 15 seats. It goes up for election to see who will win the election. NDC win 9 and MP win 6. Well, Mr. What you are seeing presently now, candidate who did not win the seat, like if they are in charge of the constituency, right? Because they do the MPs in 6 constituencies where NMP won. What happened then? Those who were made senators and appointed as a minister, they did not win the seat. They get so much leaks right around the island, right around the country, and they run things. They go in the school pinning badge, right? They go in all about and do things like sure that if they are the person responsible for the constituency, Mr. Carl, even that is disrespect. That is respect, right? And they're calling upon this government to stop this attitude. That's what they're doing, right? We like to say about unity, one this, one that. Well, Master Carl, oneness could come when you involve everybody. Everybody. That's how you could get unity. But once you're trying to separate people and think about it, look of those who are aligned to your agenda and to your policies, you will never have unity. You will never have unity because unity is bringing people together. And one of any organization that should try to bring people together, the head of that is the government. Well, the government is the biggest culprit in dividing, trying to divide people. I remember the Prime Minister, he had the worst thing to say about the faith base. The faith base was a registered company. They work, you have to work in, they were working and do a wonderful work in protecting the young people, the nation students. They did not get paid. The Prime Minister said the worst still had wasn't to say that about them. But look now, look what they are doing now. A company, not even a company, he not register. He not register and money was going towards the company that register. I mean, Mr. Kala, I have to ask a question. How would it cost that? A man don't work, he don't work, right? And you taking money from the government coppers and pay him, right? That's corruption. That's corruption.
That won't look like bribery.
That bribery, you don't work. And this is what the government, in the beginning of the government reign, what they did, teachers that did not work, they pay them. The faith-based workers work, you don't pay them, right? Look again, a company that not registered yet, you send money on that to the company. Master Carl, this government is a government that only think about the few and they forget the poor and needy the people that really need the government to look out and try to lift them up. Instead of they lifting them up, they lifting them down. But I call upon the greater people. What do you have to do? Look at, you know what the government is doing? What, get your children, those who really age to register, encourage them to go register. Go out and register, encourage and speak. Let the young people of our country know what is government doing and let them know what the previous government, the NMP, did. Right? And they could make a comparison and say, which is the government that really seek, which is the party that really seek the interest when in governance. So that's a collaboration.
All right, caller. The question is, Igwe, could we in all honesty say that this NDC government is representing all of the people, Igwe? And to the Prime Minister, they will tell you, Masakal ask and suggest that you owe it to the country to declare how much money your office has made from the CBI program from since after election when you became Prime Minister. We want to know.
The own people value.
Yes, Igwe. So we were talking about procurement. Why are we moving it from 15,000 to 100,000? What is the intent? Who are we trying to appease? Something is not feeling right, Igwe. Igwe. I turn to crime. Whether we put a spin on it, whether we give statistics, the people of this country is living in fear of crime. And for those of us who know that the fear of crime is worse than crime itself. But I need you to play a particular clip from the Prime Minister in saying government doesn't do nothing, because I want to tie it into my point. Give me.
Grenada is a very small island. The government is way too big, way too bureaucratic, way too inflexible, and doesn't get anything done. That's the truth. It doesn't get anything done. And you hear about the millions and the millions every year. I mean, I think what 19 million was allocated for PT Martinique and Carriacou in the last budget cycle, so it's 8 months now. Where is the 19 million? Right? Where's the evidence of the 19 million?
I want to ask the Prime Minister a simple question, because I'm a simple-minded guy.
Yeah.
Where is the evidence of the 15 million
22
and the 7.5 million for independence?
You add up. All right, you add up.
No, I don't know.
Where is it?
I don't. So I don't right.
Where is it?
Where is the evidence of the 15 million and the 7.5 million from the supplementary budget? The people want to know.
They're asking questions. The own people asking questions. Hello?
Good afternoon, guys.
Hey.
Good afternoon.
Everybody all right?
Yeah, man. When I hear you, others feel good.
Oh, stop publishing yourself, man. Let me tell you something now.
Yeah.
Africa, where the green go?
The green go green? They say the green one get ripe? I don't know.
I don't see the green again, you know.
No, man. Green is not a factor these days. Either black, white, or yellow.
I realize the green don't count again because all I was seeing orange and black, red and yellow. I don't see in the green at all.
You don't see in black and white too?
Black and white.
All stone getting paint now.
Black and white.
If you stand up by the road too long, the painting here.
Since last year November, I see black and white start. Now I'm watching, all what I'm watching jerseys now, orange and black, red and yellow, black and white. I don't
You
know
don't have green cloth again?
you don't have green cloth again?
No, you don't have.
The signal I giving you, Green done, you know.
Yeah, the green no good again.
They mean no green done. There they have it, you know. But
Let it fool itself.
As first time they could fool Grenadians, not twice, you know.
One
Because
time.
everybody seen what they're doing. Everybody who don't want to see, don't want to see. They must be walking with their eye closed. But nobody can tell me they don't watching what's going on. This country, what they watching at, what going on in this little country they call Grenada, I don't know if nobody cannot see. They cannot see. They don't watching. It's like, I don't know how that country will come out in that hole. Where you go in there, no. Worse than crab, how crab digging hole going right, back, behind God back. That's how that country.
Where there's a will, there's a way.
But tell them, you know those stupid Grenadians again. They believe like when diaspora come down, diaspora coming, they come in and watch and see what really going on.
No diaspora coming and take all the sidewalk and everything to sell.
Well, I don't know. Yes, they come in and make their money.
Yeah.
But they wouldn't make because you don't work. They would not make unless the media passing all around and asking them people and them who selling the colors. They were saying it kind of way picking up in a way. That's what I'm saying.
But Grenada go Carnival dead, Christmas dead, Independence dead. Well,
I don't understand.
So,
Christmas is supposed to be
Christmas
bright
dead,
and Christmas
Carnival dead. No Independence dead, so the thing died.
People and them talking about it. When they're going with the media to listen to people, you know, and the people telling them what's going on, you know.
They selecting certain people, man.
The country go down in one hole. I don't know how we coming out. Trust me. And they showing you that green gone, green dead. But don't worry. Anyway you go, you must come back. See you later.
All right.
Igwe, a chat us say to how much money government save through all this cleanup and how they intend to sustain the cleanup. That question people are asking, not me yet asking them. So yes, Igwe. So the Prime Minister asking about, so how come you don't seeing the 15 plus 7.5 million, Igwe? That's why the person asks how much money government saving in cleanup, or is it money to pay people to go, pay for ticket to go in Gala? But paper trail is a hell of a thing, Igwe. Forensic investigation could resolve this thing and them. I don't bother. The time will come when all these things are them be revealed. And all the people who don't believe, the day of reckoning will be here. So, we still only 15 million and the 7 million for independence. But Igwe, the fear of crime prevails in Grenada. And the fear of crime is worse than crime itself, because if you're afraid, it was than it happening to you one time.
Yeah.
Let's take it.
Good afternoon.
Afternoon, Mr. Ketu.
Hey.
How you doing?
I'm good.
I learned that the black and white they said is international colors.
Woo.
What one of the members see.
But that independence was about red, green, and gold.
Ice, green, and gold. That is what we know. That colors that Sir Eric Matthew Gary choose. Ice, green, and gold. That is our colors. Right? We don't know nothing about that black and white for independence. I want to know if they're in a corp. They have a corp group. That is what also Eric Matthew Gary chose, the colors. And he chose the colors for the police officers and them too. He was a man of class. He had class. So I want to know, you know, if they're in a corp group, because international black and white is international colors. They say when you travel and you look, you see black and white. You see black and white? So I want to know something more. Okay, I thank you.
All right.
Igwe,
this thing's serious.
Yeah, let me take it. I hear one again. Hello?
Hello, buddy.
Hey, how you doing, sir?
Daddy,
Mm-hmm.
in 2008, the Bergen people now is more than 2008 because at the end, once you find the clip where the gentleman is saying going to make Grenada ungovernable. Let it do the young people again. All right.
All
You
right,
can revisit it, you'll get it.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, they Grenada going to make Grenada ungovernable, and this one doing it.
All right, brother.
Mm-hmm.
Bless.
Watch, Igwe. The ancient of days just humble people when you want them. Humble. You ever hear all the talk out Morris Bishop? You ever hear Morris Bishop pray? When you line up on the foot of the evil, oh God, they turn the gun on the people. You know you are God that time. Don't worry, these fellas and them now, they go know. They go feel it. They go know. So you see, with crime, we're talking about crime. Money spent 15 million one way. 7 million one way. Somebody say watch. Black and white is international colors of traffic.
Yeah, for traffic.
So we come traffic. That's why here become a trafficking point. And the crime, there you go. All right. Let's go.
Hello.
Hello, good afternoon, gentlemen.
Afternoon.
Hey!
Hey.
What go?
Going on? A day. Just a little bit of info concerning the paint. You know, it is said that the bridges on the side of the road and so forth would have to be painted according to the traffic regulations of Grenada. Have to be painted black and white.
Mm-hmm.
But the other colors, our independent colors, are colors that should be integrated apart from the black and white. So where there is a need to paint our independent colors, we should be painting it there. We shouldn't omit our colors. That is all I want to say on that. But before I move, I want to say something, you know. When I call on any program, I don't promote and advocate myself. I advocate for people. What I hear on the ground, what I pick up, not only in one area, but throughout Grenada, because I traverse the country very often.
Mm-hmm.
St. George's, St. David, St. Andrews, Guave, and I have friends all over. So, and when they say how they look at it, you know, people saying the green is hiding now because our focus is not there. No, on the campaign. No, I am saying that to say people are waiting for something to develop, something tangible to develop, in order for them to show the quality and the support. This is what I picked up on the ground. Now, we cannot look forward for the NDC to crash, because these guys and them wouldn't
They're too
crash.
greedy. They don't crash in at all.
No, because they never work for $13,000 and $14,000 a month yet.
Restorative justice.
Exactly. So we have to be mindful. What we have to do is to put our structure from the national executive point of view, put our structure in place.
From bramble to timber.
That's correct. From captain to cook. And when we do that, we can invite them in, take them to task, because I advocating for the poor and vulnerable of this country.
Yeah, we go around at them.
And that is what been happening. The gentleman they saw with his dismissal letter on the hospital bed. These are things we have to advocate for.
Yep.
But we advocating for all these things, and from captain to cook, We are
Right.
not planning strategies.
Right now, the
That's
common enemy is the National Democratic Congress.
correct.
That's our common enemy as NNP.
Exactly.
And anything that could fix in a sit down in a meeting honestly ought not to keep us divided, but it fuels us to look at the common enemy, the National Democratic Congress, and what they're doing to the Grenadian people.
Exactly.
And by extension, they're doing it worse to people who they perceive is green.
Is NNP. That's
So
correct.
there's still green blood hunting. And we have to protect those among us who means cannot afford them. So we have two things to do: protect those who cannot protect themselves, and at the same time fight the common enemy, which is the Congress.
That's right. That's correct.
Anything else would be uncivilized.
That's correct. That's correct. So when I advocate, I'm not talking against NNP. I'm advocating for NNPites in this country. Not only in one area, but throughout Grenada. The cry has been heard all through the length and breadth of this country. Things are not getting better.
We have to get yourself in order.
We have to get ourselves in order. We have to be prepared.
For anything.
That's correct. That's all I'm saying.
Because man does plan, but God is the best planner.
Exactly. God knows when people could take more and when they cannot take more. That's what I am advocating for. This is so people who getting me wrong and saying negatives about.
No. But that bothers not. Everybody's entitled to their opinion. Don't let that derail you.
All right.
So you would, but you ought to talk to me. I don't find you calling me. You know. Let we talk sometime this evening. You have something I want to find out from you. You gone?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, Igwe.
Mm-hmm.
So all this talk, all this black and white Igwe, and international colors. What is the purpose of painting them stone and them on the roadside in black and white? What does that have to do with international colors and traffic?
And we see a lot of that this afternoon, eh?
What painting the stones
on the side of the road?
On the side of the road have to do with international colors and traffic.
Uh-huh.
You see, these people are always saying and doing things as though they believe we here don't have sense. So, believe you me, when the question is asked, how they spend the money, you go here they talk about painting.
You see, I said a black and white.
You go hear them talking about paint. Eagle.
I think we have a call again.
Let's take it.
Good afternoon.
Yes, how you all going today, fellas?
What's up with you?
And I kind of want to support the last caller in terms of his sentiments expressed in a kind of a way, because I find you all need to come out a little bit more. There's a lot of things happening. I mean, you all just have this program and the other program, and this guy, he's always articulating things on behalf of people, not personalities. And I find that the opposition, they all need to come out a little more. Not you're talking about the leader, the people, because just like the guy was saying, if I get the impression right, the NDC people, if all you think something going to happen, forget it. They're not going to resign, or they're not going to this, because I'm a vocal person against them. I've been talking and they himself listening. So they're going to be dragging into the last down.
Yeah,
Nothing drastic is going to happen. So what you all have to do, well, you all are trying the program. We're talking about in terms of the leader and other people. The party needs to be organized a little more. I'm not saying that it's not organized, but you all need to come out and be more impactful, be more forceful, come outside there and deal with the issues. For instance, this independence thing that they're talking about, I can't see where the 7 million, where the 15 million going. Call a press conference. I've been talking about the thing that happened in the mental home, that people that lying down on the street, when the leader talk about people on what beggy and mouth on the ground, then you all are not saying anything. I mean, there was nothing to reply about that in the parliament. These are the issues that you all need to be taken up more. I have to compliment Emily Pierre. She was just great. That woman was just hit the ball on the head. She was good. She was better than the leader. If all your bags, all your business. That is the kind of a spirit I want to see. So you all not really impacting on the people. You just can't sit down on your own just because Keith Mitchell is known and the party might come back. You can't take people's time. People cannot be trusted. You don't know how they're thinking. You don't know how they're voting. So you all have to do better than that. The party must be more proactive. Come out more. We want to listen. We want to hear. You all have to be dealing with issues. And I told all of that before. I am not satisfied that the opposition is doing a good work. When they're doing a good, they did a good work in government. Look, as far as I'm concerned now, these people are building on what all you did. They have not come up with nothing new. These are the issues that you all have to articulate. The citizen by investment program, the passport, whatever it is they do. These people, I see the other day, they talk about something, some school, and they take credit for it. And I know, I hear Emlyn Pierre say that was one of the schools that was listed, if I hear correctly. And they take credit for it. And you're not coming out and counteract these things. You're lapsing badly as a party. I'm not showing you all that you all are serious alternative to the NDC. So this is why the things are happening and things are just going on there, because all you take people for granted. Do not relax. The leader of the NNP and the supporters and the party and the executive needs to be more seen and be more heard, be more faithful, be more impactful, and come out and deal with issues. We need to hear all you every 6 weeks or whatever the case is. The government ain't coming out with nothing. So you all need to. And just before I close, what you all will have to do, I just suggest you all will have a shadow minister for everything. So when the minister of health in this administration comes out and talk about health, all you come out and talk about it, counteract it, say what the facts are. You put an appointment for Minister of Labor, Housing Authority, you have all these what you call shadow ministers. So when the government minister says something, you have to give objective comment about it. You come out and counteract and say things. You have to organize yourself properly and show the people that you are locally a serious alternative. Do not sit down there and relax on your laurels, because you just cannot trust people. So take these comments in good spirit and have a good afternoon.
All right.
All right. So, Igwe, if it is true that the black and white paint in international colors for traffic, how come they don't give Andy Ministry, now the Prime Minister's Ministry Infrastructure, to paint all the traffic signs and all them hump on them in the road that unpainted? Why is them trees on the side of the road and them stone and then they paint in black and white? So if it is true that is international traffic, how come they don't paint in the hump on them in the road? Igwe.
I have a question here for you.
Come with it.
A kind of question here. What was the color of the army flag? Does Grenada have an army flag color?
I don't know.
You don't know about that?
No.
Okay. I don't understand what that person trying to tell me. What celebration you had in Grenville last week? What you had in Grenville?
I don't know. In terms of, you had a march from, I think,
a march.
Grenville to Progress Park.
I see
and
that.
you had all kind of DJ and all kind of thing. And they put up a plaque for the father of independence.
So what this orange and black flag is?
I don't know, maybe something going on nefarious, but we don't know.
Whatever call.
Let's take the call.
Hello?
Good afternoon, Igwe and Master Carl.
Yes.
Afternoon.
There is one thing I want to ask about. What celebration they celebrate for your independence?
When?
Well, let me tell you my understanding. I see the flag. I see the badge they make, the little brooch. And while I read on the brooch that Grenada 58, but they don't say it's independent, they don't mark that. And all is in black. So who they mourning? Not independent, they keeping up. And if they're saying Grenadian stupid. But if Grenadian stupid, me, this Grenadian no stupid. Because I will never put this flag on my chest. I will never. And all the flag, the boat is black, and they mark Grenada 58. They don't put independence. They don't even put happy anniversary independence, 50th independence, you know. So who's sending the fool for that one? Igwe, I want you to give me an answer.
Well, don't allow yourself to go further on.
But I ain't putting that boat on me, you know.
Nah.
And something I
And
want
I
to
don't
ask
go
you.
in no NDC rally under the guise of independence.
Oh, because I mourning things.
Yes.
Who they mourning
I'm
for?
not going.
I ain't going to. And something I want to ask you again. I don't hear nothing about Nasbin Buck, you know. When Nasbin Buck there?
You might be in CBI, I don't know.
And where KB?
KB day, man.
Well, they might pay him to stay out.
No. KB alive and well. KB go be here in time. When I see him, I'll tell him one of his fans ask for him, man.
Yeah, man. I want to hear him too.
All right.
And something again. Every Sunday have a different minister coming and say something on the program.
Okay.
I feel that will be better.
Good advice.
Okay then. Take care.
Okay. Igwe. Public notice. Government Information Service. Suspension of visits to Mongi Psychiatric Hospital and Radun. St. George's Grenada, January 20, 2024, GIS. The Ministry of Health, Wellness and Religious Affairs notifies that effective Saturday, January 27, 2024, visitation to Mongi Psychiatric Hospital and Radun Unit at the Mongi facilities has been suspended until further notice. The public will be notified when visitation resumes. The Ministry of Health Wellness apologizes for any inconvenience. So if you have people down the gates, do. You have call, let's take it.
Hello?
I got there.
Yes. I forget to mention that, Mr. Keto. Somebody is a member of a church, and what they tell them, an independent, the Sunday before independent, they could wear the top, the colors, but the bottom, they must wear black, right? Either a pants or a skirt. So it's with this black thing, it have a meaning. It has some meaning behind it. Thank you.
So why they don't paint the bridges and the roads, the hump on them in black and white, in white? Why is trees and stone on the roadside?
Representing something.
This thing.
Do right.
Take the colleague.
Hello?
Hello. Igwe.
Hey.
Tell me something. What wrong with Anne-Marie? Anne-Marie and them I vote for NDC, so why she want an NP call and fight for tell Anne-Marie behave?
Let me don't get distracted, son.
Yeah, let me focus.
We are one common enemy, the Congress. Let me deal with them.
Yeah, but she's one of them. So she had to behave.
Let we
do fighting for ourselves. Don't come and ask us to fight for you.
Let me don't get distracted.
All right, bless.
All right, blessings.
You see, we have to understand what we up against, and let us not ever get distracted, Igwe. So, Igwe, we don't get distracted, we deal with crime.
Nah, I'm studying them, man.
The Prime Minister tell us he knew about
gun.
The gun culture. He knew it was just only a matter of time for it to reach Grenada. But he being the Minister of National Security, that has nothing to do with it. Okay. You gave 15 million plus 7.5 million for independence, but we asking what that money doing because we don't see it. Because if you're talking about the black and white paint, and the painting black and white long. Not now. But Igwe, how much resource or resources have you earmarked for the Royal Grenada Police Force, the only and the premier security? How much money you pledging to the police? How much resources to treat with crime? No. You must know that Grenada has become the main transit point for illegal drugs in the Caribbean. You must know, because he's a bright lawyer, that when the men had the drugs, they just had gun to protect it. So you was right. It was just only a matter of time. But what you as the Minister of National Security doing, seeing that you know to treat with the crime situation, I ask again, is there a crime strategy in this country? Because you, Minister of National Security and the Prime Minister, and the Commissioner of Police, and the advisor to the Minister of National Security are the main security apparatus of the state. So the state takes counsel from you. So when you tell us, you know the gun coming, but that has nothing to do with you. Them men and them had the stuff down there and they had the gun to pray. They're glad. Because they say the Prime Minister, chupul. So a chatter on the street say, who is a beneficial owner when it comes to dealing with the gun situation? So you say it's not you. Is there a crime strategy? Igor. What is that crime strategy if yes? Igor. What is my expectation? Or what do you expect from the public? And how does the expectation of the public and the crime strategy come together for the national crime eradication objective? Because you, Willan Thompson and Don McKenzie, Deacon Mitchell, all this the crime apparatus in this country. You can't say not you. If you don't know, I'm telling you now. If they tell you, you is the minister, but it's not you, I'm telling you now. You, let me tell the colleague.
Hello?
Hello?
Yes.
Aye.
Yeah, I don't really want to come back.
No. Mr. Anne-Marie, everybody entitled to their opinion. Let me don't go back and forth on what people say.
Yeah,
you have your opinion, they have theirs. We don't want the program to go a back and forth to answer people.
Yeah, but just give me 1 minute. I'm going back, just telling you, is that he has not been listening to me, that how I have been very critical of Deacon. See? So I don't know what thing he's talking about, because I have been on this program all the time, as you all know, from day one, and I have not up for NDC and Deacon Mitchell and the NDC, you know, whatever they say wrong, and I am not.
I could co-sign to that. You have been saying that. As a matter of fact, a lot of people surprised you just be saying that.
Exactly, even
So let me go down the road.
I even said I've got a compliment. Emblem Pierre, yeah.
Yes. So let me go down the road.
Yeah, so that guy, he doesn't listen to me.
No. Let me go back and forth here.
Yeah, so he mustn't say those things.
Yes.
All right.
I agree.
Deacon Mitchell, the police need transportation.
Yeah.
The police station and them need fixing. I'm not saying here that the past government did everything, because I have my view and my concern in some areas where I believe they could have done more. But we in here and now, it is in your court. The officers want uniforms. So you take 20-something million gallivanting and nobody does seen it. Crime going up high like Selassie. And you're saying that has nothing to do with you. Them men and them bringing guns to secure the tough Igwe. Because Grenada has become a serious transshipment point for drugs. You standing up by marijuana tree, so they might believe you're part of it. You think when you're doing a set of stupidness, and nobody will tell you nothing. The Prime Minister standing up by illegal drugs. So they must have guns here to protect the tough. But you're saying that has nothing to do with you. But you're spending $27 million, you're saying for independence. You can't even give Gary a good plaque. The police and them want vehicle, they waiting when rain coming. They have to use plastic in the windows. They don't have uniform. The police station check Victoria. Queens. When siren blowing, you to play thing. Go and visit the station in Victoria and see what's happening. And stop all this utter nonsense about painting stone on the roadside. Use some of that money to buy 2 vehicles for the police. Use some of that vehicle to train a lot of them, because you move out persons in position, but you still get information because you believe they're green. You mash up the intelligence gathering network. You mash up FIU. Well, special branch is a big joke now. Because you set a man down, they crying like their mother dead because they don't get rank. So the owner sits on you, Dick and Mitchell, don't say that has nothing to do with you as the Minister of National Security. Lie! If you work too big for, if it's a cockistocracy, if he's a Prime Minister by default, or you is the least suitable Prime Minister at passing Grenada, give up the damn thing. Go! You come and talk about kind of stupidness and thing, and you're doing gala playing the ass while people down here under the crunch of crime. Man, even can go and deposit money in bank, they grabbing it and run. What else do you? You have to stop that. Give the police some resources. Give them some resources. Enact a crime plan. And tell the citizens, you don't have to tell the citizens what the plan is, but tell them what you expect from them. And I show all the citizens will be on board with it. You come and talk utter nonsense about that has nothing to do with you. And if you know about the statistics, get a clip and play just now, because people don't say we don't lie on them. Let me take the call.
Not because I have premonition, Mr. Speaker, because it is clear the trend is obvious. Anybody who's reading the statistics on crime in the Caribbean will see that gun crime is a pandemic in the region, and that it was just going to be a matter of time before it reached our shores. That has nothing to do with the Prime Minister who holds the position of Minister of National Security. It has to do with...
That has nothing to do with you. Yeah. Crime coming here, you know it coming, you don't put nothing in place. You come and talk utter nonsense that has nothing to do with you. And you have people with sense in green that are agreeing with this nonsense. Utter nonsense. Utter garbage. Let's take the call.
Hello?
Yeah, Igwe, Master Call. Don't get me wrong. Don't get me wrong and feel that I'm ridiculing the San Marie.
Hello, caller. Hello. We're not here for this back and forth. Everybody entitled to the opinion. That don't mean the opinion is always right. We don't here to right and wrong people's opinion. Let we leave that thing dead. She make her point, you make her point, and let we leave that dead. This back and forth don't help in the program.
It finished.
Let we leave that back and forth right there. That don't make no sense.
You don't know, man.
Yeah, you go. So, let me take it.
Hello?
Hello.
Yeah.
Right.
Very good point, gentlemen. I when you speak like that, you touch the veins in my innermost and my intelligence. Now, you said it, and I will echo it for you. The Minister of National Security has every right, has every privilege to put structure in place to combat and fight the gun battle that he says is just a matter of time. You know it's a matter of time, Mr. Prime Minister. What did you do? What was the measures you take? How are you taking measures to fight it? You go wait for crime to happen, and in the last few months in 2023, there was a high scoring of suicide, murders, homicide. Come on. Anyway, the point I called to make this evening is, one, gentlemen, when I support a political organization, I don't support it for me to gain benefit from it. I support it for it to bring benefit to the cross-section of our poor echelon of our country, the poor people of our country. Once you're doing that, I can feel
every good reason. I can see every good reason. I know every good reason. There are people in our country, according to Sir Eric Gary, that has not been attended to over the years. They have given a lot to Grenada, and they reach to a certain age.
Yeah.
And they need some assistance from the government to develop themselves so that they can feel comfortable in the last days of their life. When you're doing that, you touch my heart. You make me feel good. And the only political organization in the history of Grenada that I know, Sir Eric Gary, he gone. Now is the NNP. And I want to commend Dr. Mitchell on that for helping the poor of vulnerable people of our country.
He has done well.
And he did well.
He never disappoints us. He has done well.
Exactly. Now, gentlemen, to say one and say all, these are the issues that I am fighting for. These are the cause of the people. You can take away 150 from people and come back and say you give them 200 and you're boasting about it and it's not 200 across the board. That is ridiculous.
You take it out across the board, but you're giving back some.
Exactly. You don't do people that. You don't do people this kind of thing. And you're saying, oh my God, Grenada, some of them saying Grenada is doing well. Anyway, I want to thank Miss Anne-Marie for commending my statements here. I us organize and go forward stronger and stronger.
Okay,
Thank you
take
very
it.
much.
Igwe, somebody tell me Master Carl. International caller. Black and white. What is the color of ISIS? That's what they ask.
ISIS is black and white.
Ah. Let's take the call.
Hello.
Hello, good afternoon.
Afternoon.
Gentlemen, good afternoon. Hello?
Yeah, we here.
No, I didn't hear you. Okay, too much place to start. What you just said there concerning the amount of money that the government give back to the people. Only last week I called the NIS office and I get to realize that they give an increase in pay for persons in the NIS, but only people who was getting the lowest in the country. And I think that's a total advantage to do that. Just imagine the ministers get in less than a year. They got over $7,000 as a raise.
Less than 2 years.
Yeah, and you're going to give the person. So let's imagine a person as me, who might have been getting $1,000 in a job. You're giving me. No, you won't give me because I'm not at the minimum. So the person who was getting, let's say, working for 20 hours a day, you're going to give them a little increase. Or what about the other persons? And you, the ministers and your colleagues, get increased valuing over $5,000. That I think the NMP have to make it a more study on that and send the message across. Because that's notorious to the people. I totally agree that the smaller people, the person that was getting little or nothing a day, I see nothing wrong in giving them an increase. But you have to think of the other persons too. Because you just already think of yourself. The same minister tell the people that don't believe he's going to come like a Christmas present again because they're already working. The same minister come last week and said that the reason why people get taking long to get paid is that the people not working. But the same people say not working, you give them an increase. They didn't ask for it. You give them an increase. But people at their home that not doing anything, that catching hell, you tell them that the houses, even in the seed program, you tell them the houses that getting $500 wouldn't get anything more. These are things that the opposition have to get on top of, Brother. So some people, when they call, some people have a tendency. If you say something wrong against an MP, or an MP should have do, you're against an MP. And as you said just now, that you have your gripes with them, you have things that you're not satisfied with. People must be allowed to vent, but be careful with what you say and how you say it. Like I wouldn't. I heard what you said just so that you are not going to go to any NDC celebration that look like independent, and I totally agree with you there. But I wouldn't tell nobody not to go to the celebration. Now, you wouldn't hear me telling somebody not to go to the celebration. But you have spoken out your right. You say that you are not going to go because it doesn't smell like independent. It's smelling like something cook up. And definitely smelling like something cook up. So I do against that thing. But some people, like, okay, if somebody support an MP and they see an MP do something wrong, they have a right to say it's wrong.
Yeah.
And people, and callers have to learn to understand that.
Once
your child in your house do something wrong, you can't go and say you're right.
Once you mean well, you have to correct your friends.
Exactly.
If they're going down and wrong, you have to say, no, that was wrong.
A lot of people, exactly, a lot of people think when you know. Some people are saying now that the NMP need to wake up more, and I am saying it too, that they need to wake up more.
Because let me tell you this, Clifford.
Mm-hmm.
I'm a believer in the fundamentals of the new national party. That does not mean every action or everything done by the NNP I does agree.
Totally, I agree.
And when I don't agree, I will say I don't agree.
And
that don't make me not a NNP for do agreeing.
Exactly.
And I don't following nobody blindly.
See,
when they're doing stupidness, I don't come in here and speak of the nonsense NDC doing. No. And if NNP doing, don't say nothing, I will be less of a man.
Mr. Clark,
I would say it, and who vex?
Clifford is prepared to speak to the Prime Minister and say, listen, you have gone wrong there.
Because nobody...
Whether he like it or not, as far as I am concerned, I am prepared to say to you, Mr. Prime Minister, you have gone wrong there.
And nobody go pay me to come here so they go tell me I shouldn't say that.
That's right.
No, the right is always the right, I believe.
Yeah, and I am
there are certain things
to tell you you've gone wrong there, and you've gone right there.
Clifford, there are certain things in the political setup you don't wash your dirty linens in public.
I agree that.
There are certain things you ought not to discuss in public when you could discuss it private. Because the Bible say, if a man going down around, you approach him as one person, and you rebuke him in the name of God, you say what? Not me, but just say the Lord. If you don't hear, you bring another person with you. And if you still don't listen, then you go public. The Bible don't say how to deal with these things that I'm writing.
Because I think with all what we hear there, we need to get a better feedback from the opposition, because that is their role they know. When there was Dr. Mitchell would have his difference and would have faults. Dr. Mitchell have played a very good role. The same thing with Gary. They're keeping on Gary.
Dr. Mitchell have never disappointed us.
Yeah, you putting up a plaque in Gary area. You have 4 candidates running in Gary in the same Gary area, same Eric Marshall Gary area, but you inviting some of the people.
No,
and then you're saying, let us be one.
Say it as it is, people. They're inviting persons who the electorate reject.
Yeah, and then you're saying, let
persons
us be one.
Who go to the electorate and the electorate say, we don't want you. That the people and them they bring in.
Why Emily Pear was not in thing? She's a constituency person. She hold the record for the constituency. She is a candidate elected. So if you having something...
not an ordinary and a 3 times candidate at that.
Exactly. Tell me how area. How you could leave her out.
Kate is a 2 times candidate.
That is poppy show.
Utter nonsense.
And I am not satisfied with what is going on. That doesn't mean that I won't support independent. I'm supporting independent. But I'm not supporting this nonsense that goes
We supporting independent, not NDC rally.
That's right.
All right, Clifford.
Take care.
Now, A chatter on the street want to know, Igwe, if the NDC broke industrial agreement that when the public servants get increase, it is automatic for pensioners, or pensioner want to know. So we must talk about these things here. And Mr. Minister of National Security and Prime Minister, let me tell you that. You see that stupidness you talk about, nothing to do with you? The security of the state is your number one responsibility. So if they tell you that had nothing to do with you, they lie for you, and sanitize yourself and fix it, because you could have fined $22 million to Galavan and to pay plane for people to come here. Find some monies for the RGPF to get some vehicles, to get some uniforms, and to fix a few stations what are moles, so the police could have a comfortable working environment, because they at all time low. And fix promotion, fix the police force, because you mash it up. Let's take the call.
Hello. Hey, good afternoon, Master Carl.
Yeah.
Afternoon, brother.
Afternoon, Independent Talk listeners. Master Carl, there's a saying in the scriptures that righteousness shall exalt one, right?
Yes.
Right. So we have a former member, a former MP, and minister of the NMP and the government of Grenada in the name of Delma Thomas, a colonel name, Delma Thomas. Now, she would have been involved in the government and would have known, because she was minister of what? She was in housing and she was in social development and so forth. She would have known about the faith workers, and she would have known the truth of that said organization. Why is she not coming out and openly saying to the people, to the nation, or to her prime minister right now, Hollier, that what you are saying about this party or this NGO is not true, right? It only goes to show the level of how these people are being bought. If you're not willing to sell your soul for a little bit of pennies and a little bit of silvers, it is dangerous, right? But there it goes. That's how life goes. Secondly, on the issue of painting, now I live in the Northeast, and I actually campaign for a lot of members of the people in the Northeast. Lastly, Brother Nimrod and Brother Toby, and we were painting bridges, and we were painting yellow, green, and red, right? And there was no problem. We were only painting those stones, but this painting was going on. But what I'm seeing now, they overdoing it, because I go over the hills almost every morning, and I see them painting stones on top of mountains. And I keep asking myself, the same question you guys are asking, I ask myself, why? Why the wasting paint? And right now, Brother Carl, I am standing in the Tempe Junction. I'm not seeing any black and white paint or newly freshly done paint in this area here.
That area and the area?
No, that Tempe, by the old ones, by the co-factory.
Okay.
There's no freshly paint white and black paint here. There's no freshly paint red, green, and gold here. And I'm asking myself, why? And this is Ron Redhead's area. This is not his where you ran for. So
maybe the gracious offer didn't include that.
Well, brother, I know that. But I'm listening. You guys keep it up.
All right. So the thing so grimy in the police force, and the Prime Minister pretend because he says nothing. They say 2 female officers who recently joined the organization because of the condition, one from Grenville, one from Guelph, moving. They didn't even wait for pension.
They just caught.
And are telling me not to say that here. Well, I have to say what's going on. So if they vex, the face is theirs, and I want them to defend that. Come out and prove that what I'm saying is not true, because I let us say we say anything or not true. Tell us what we say here is not true, Igwe. So when you come and talk all this utter nonsense about the police force, Mr. Man, you as the Prime Minister and the Minister of National Security, the owners or the security of the state is in your hands.
It's on you.
You ought not make excuse. The people watching. So if they're telling you other than that, the people watching, so the RGPF, because those fellas you put up there, in the hierarchy of the force. You put them up there. They won't tell you that on them. They won't tell you 2 female officers go already. They won't tell you the police van and them leaking. When rain coming, they can't move. And they'll put plastic in the window. They won't tell you Victoria Station and St. David Station and Grenville Station and Central Station in shit order. They won't tell you that. They won't tell you. Yeah, but they tell you about SB. Or SB in disarray. Because a lot of men are promise promotion, don't get in. One of them called me, like, you see, oh God, you call me 9. See, you got 9. But what I do, them and them know rewarding me. I say, Dread, you sell your soul by. They buy you. But I tell him what I say, well, they buy us. They didn't buy me. They buy us anyway.
You could come and be parliamentarian? All kind of people go buy you?
We have a call.
Let me take it.
Hello?
Hello?
Hi.
Good evening, gentlemen.
Hey.
Just an observation, huh? And I think we have to make it known to those of us who are a little bit naive.
Yes.
When we go into a one-party state, there is always the muzzling of people and trying to build that element of fear. And it's been noticed that even in our Calypsonians last night, and even the semifinals, if you were to mention Dr. Mitchell's name in your song, there's a high tendency that you could be either eliminated or come last or not even, make it to the next level. Calypsonian last night would call various persons who contributed to nation building over all the years. Footballers, sportsmen, politicians in some cases, but never Dr. Mitchell's name. Would it tantamount that to be an element of fear?
Yes.
Yes, it could be.
I think that is what happened in that last competition. It was very clear last night.
The thing was rigged.
The purpose, people afraid to say Dr. Mitchell's name when that was the real transformer.
I like how you call it. That is the real transformer.
Yeah, so I think as the Grenadians, we must pay attention to those kind of subtle interventions in our culture, the culture of fear. Oh, sorry, the being fearful to speak your mind and to say whatever you need to as a Grenadian in Grenada. We have to be careful with that. Thank you.
All right.
And I'm glad that the caller put up that here because listen this. The reigning Calypso monarch of Grenada, Carrico and Pity Martin. And 3 times independence monarch, the same person, not invited to perform in no national event for independence.
Something to write.
Igwe. So I was just trying to counsel the Prime Minister about national security, the crime situation, and the RGPF. So the men put up there, they won't tell you nothing. So I'm the one, the patriot. The pastor, the voice crying out in the I'm the patriot. I'm telling you that your responsibility. The security of the state is your responsibility. Stop saying that has nothing to do with you. COVID is a national security issue. Make sure you check on it. Leprosy, they just outside. And you know we have a porous border. You know people could come in and out here without coming to the proper channel. You know they could bring this thing and them in. You know here is a transshipment point for drugs. You know you have a lot of gun. So the thing is real. Nobody does say nothing. They get so brazen, they go in the police house and stick up police. And you still want to tell me that has nothing to do with you? How that could have nothing to do with you? How that could have nothing to do with you, Mr. Minister of National Security and Prime Minister? Why you seem... But then again, I want to clip about the default government and I go explain to the people. Because default government have 3 things in character. Themselves, the friends, and the family.
Yeah.
Yeah.
If we do not recruit our young people and get them active in politics, you will end up with reluctant politicians or politicians by default. And when they become politicians by default, usually the only thing they're interested is in themselves, their friends, and their family.
Boy, me scared at all. Igwe. Because them and them not performing with distinction, Igwe. So, I want to see how they go treat Kama and pack this independence. Because they used to go all the time. And Igwe. You know, we played a clip here some time ago. About the gentleman and somebody called earlier and they spoke of having some fundraisers for the gentleman. And some persons tell me anytime they hear that clip, they recognize how heartless the National Democratic Congress could be. And I wonder what excuse they're going to make for this one, Igwe. Play the clip where the lady speaking and watching it for me. I wonder what excuse would they advance this time? Because payment late, they say the finance workers. So let we see. Let we go, Igwe.
Hi, Barrister, pleasant good morning to you. How are you this morning?
I'm good, friend. Thanks, and you?
Well, thank God for life, but oh God, I have a burning heart this morning. My barrister, I have a nephew. 10 years now, he cleaning the pasture in Lara, in the playing field. Shortly after the election, he get a lot of threats that he don't need work and he have to leave. But he don't bother with them, he continue working. But he have some health issue, which he going through. And he have two fellas, whenever he cannot make it, he have two fellas he paid to go and do the work for him, which the ministry is aware of. When he cannot make it, he have two fellas cleaning it. He went to the hospital. He spent a month down there. He spent Christmas, New Year's. Friday gone while in the hospital. They call his son from the ministry and tell his son they have a letter for the father. The son go and he collect it. He bring it to the hospital for the father. Oh God. The man doing dialysis 3 times for the week. Oh God, they don't have a heart. And they preaching heart and love them, or you just draw a heart and put on the chest. Mr. Prime Minister, I don't know if you are aware of it, but if you know about it, try to fix it, because right now the man needs some money to go and do dialysis. 10 years now since he working there. Look what he is not nice, barrister. He hurt me. He hurt me to get a letter in hospital. He cannot go back and work.
Yes, Igwe.
Igwe, and that this government is doing to the citizens of Grenada. So when I ask the question earlier, could we honestly say that this government is representing all of the people? The answer is no. And we cannot, as a people, allow this government to continue unabated doing this nonsense. We have to keep them in check and do what is legally available to us, Igwe, to advocate. And here's now, I'm speaking to the NNP. These little issues, what one sit down with an honest conversation could fix. Don't let it be something that's stopping us from doing what we have to do to get ourselves in a position to take advantage of the opportunities this administration is giving. It is not about you and me, it's about we. And if we believe about nation and the people, we ought to do what we ought to do. And stop letting issues of no moment comes between us. Yes, Igwe. So the gentleman neglecting the police. He neglecting the citizens and the security of the country by saying that had nothing to do with him. I wonder if people really mean what it is. He mean anything could happen here and nothing to do with him.
Yeah, you don't get hurt, you don't get nothing.
They're spending a set of money on independence. Fix a 2 vehicle for the police.
Or buy a 2 vehicle.
Fix a 2 police station.
Yeah, one van in Victoria, they juggling all the time. I don't see them, man. I'm seeing juggling.
Let's take a break and come back.
Yeah, let me take a 5.
You tell me candid, they too wicked, far too crooked. That is the frequent comment I hear. Too one-sided, underhanded, can't be trusted. This is the opinion, yes again. For their own abuses, they keep making excuses. Housing crack up over. They unleash the lawyer, set up an inquiry just to get Kid Rowley.
But they wouldn't sue the false paper screw.
I don't need to come close to tell them go. Hurry, pack up your bundle now. Stop fooling the people. The country taking and beating. So me plea are repeating. Go. They're like a natural disaster. Now. 10 times worse than Ebola. Like a dog with fleas and tongue on their knees. And I'm begging, now we enacted one week. Prophesy to the country. Streets turn into rivers, then into seas. Is why I'm singing. Now this is my humble petition. Announce the date for election. Go now, please. Accidental, detrimental, could be lethal. Are you willing to take that chance? Much too seedy, they too greedy, eyes too beady. Honeymoon end before the romance. We expect corruption, but now without check or interruption. That a few might stuff the pocket, but not racket by the pocket. From the constant comments, we get no recess. Before things fall apart and the riot starts. Even in chutney, I'll tell them go. Make it sooner than later. To protect the future, please. For the sake of we children and the next generation. Go. To safeguard our image. Before Griffith cause more damage. Like a dog with fleas and tongue on the knees. And I'm begging, go now. They try to stick me with rage me. They have more trick than Houdini. Streams turn into rivers, then into seas. Is why I'm singing. Please, Mrs. Kamla. Take Munila and Sharma. Go now, please. Them and their minions, total villains, raking millions. Their slogan, we shall rise, it was so true. Tell John Public not to panic while them and they sidekick. Swimming in a pool of dollars so blue. Like meat eating vulture, they neglect agriculture. Mega fans of phony, Mama Guy Caroni. Sweet man Glenn and Sharma came face to face with the karma. And it was awful, gone through it too far. Don't need a big mouth to tell them go. Watch her and see they just follow now. Before we regret tomorrow, please. You're setting a bad example. Family values they trample. Go. It's only vice they desire now. Before the 5 years expire. Like a dog with fleas and tongue on their knees. And a bleeding go now. Before we end in bankruptcy. Before they end
Igwe. Let's go.
Let's go. Callers, the lines is open. 442-0175 is the number to reach on the inside. Good afternoon to Miss Gemma Warwood. Good afternoon to Miss Wallan Akwat. I hope I don't say those names right, Sheldon Sylvester, good afternoon. Sonny Styles on Facebook. Share up the live. Good afternoon, brother. Is this next person? I always want to big them up to Bad squad. Carla Walcott. Good afternoon. And Glenda Robertson. Afternoon. Yes, Igwe.
Igwe, them people and them see that we are in a real cockistocracy here.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We live in it.
You have a lady that want to say something there for say something gets a saying for her.
Mm-hmm.
We have a real cockistocracy going on. The government by the least suitable people. Because the Prime Minister could say gun crimes have nothing to do with him. Serious thing,
Problem, we define.
A chatter on the street say it is alleged that a container was being surveyed. Surveillance was on a container on the port. Mm-hmm. And it is alleged that the container moved. And who was carrying out surveillance don't know where he go. But you have a man in the government who know how to move things in the night. So they could go and check him to help. Yeah, they could check him to help how the thing go because he know how to move things. Why you lady say he go?
However, it appears some individuals did not receive
Kudos to MTV News.
$100 increase, despite meeting the criteria for disbursement.
No, I didn't get that. I didn't get that at all. Same 250 watch. I take 3 major surgery. My hand break off when I break my in the hospital. They give me no compensation. We don't supposed to give me a compensation. They give me nothing. So what is 250 could do? That's the kind of not a bills. I have to pay bills, I have to pay medication, doctor every minute, I go doctor every time. And nobody, my train can't help me because they ain't have to sell.
Officials from the Ministry of Social.
Yes, Igwe.
Igwe, that's what the people saying. Yeah. So when they see how they go return $200 for seed, because they take $150 across the border, Igwe. Mm-hmm. And they give back $200 to some people. Yeah, let's take it out.
Good afternoon.
Yo. Osakal.
Hey.
Good vibes, man. A constant people attack football and holding any stone.
Yes.
Yeah.
You keep walking. I will stay on that beat till my soul bleed.
Yeah, holy faith and do what you're doing. What you're doing is perfect.
Yeah, man, I'm so ghetto.
Yeah, bless up.
Yeah, man.
Good afternoon to Dave Felix as well.
Igwe, I go stay on that beat till my soul bleed. I'm so ghetto, Igwe. Because you hear what the lady say, she don't get. So they can't see everybody get.
Yeah, but 250 is no money.
Igwe, they take it across the board. Even school children, they don't give them back nothing. Yeah, let's take it.
Hello on the WhatsApp.
Yeah. Afternoon.
Afternoon.
Is it true that the independent Calypso competition, that the semi-finalist was not selected from presentation, but from lyrics submitted?
Lyrics submitted?
Yes. Is it true that the semi-finalist was not selected from presentation, in other words, performances, but by lyrics presented? They were selected from the lyrics presented. I heard Carl spoke just now about somebody else spoke about the those lyrics that were presented and the content of the lyrics. But is it true? Is it really true?
I don't know.
That those
this
competitors
is shocking to me. Submitted lyrics?
Well,
so you're reading the lyrics first and you're judging the song? What the hell is that?
I better apologize to you then. I think I better apologize to you then. I think I better apologize to you, Uncle. Let somebody else speak for you.
Yeah,
because
I want to know about that.
I hope I make a mistake. I hope I make a mistake. That is why the lyrics. You could Carl could speak up the lyrics here. Those names mentioned in the calypsos, they were special. So check it and see. Thank you.
All right. Good afternoon to Mr. Watts. Igwe. So Carmona and Calypso competition coming up now. We have to submit with lyrics.
But I don't know. I'm trying to. You have a soca man. They are trying to get him.
I want somebody to call me on that, man.
Somebody could call.
Submitted lyrics.
And somebody call to this thing.
Oh, Grenada.
Land off my bottle.
Submitted lyrics, yo.
So that was really what Woodsman Kelly?
Yeah, because they know the lyrics.
Wow. You think every time you say the thing can get worse.
Getting more worse.
It's getting more worse. You know? This is special branch under attack. They say like somebody want the head of Loxley John. They say 2 men who close to a former member of the RGPF. What? You see, they have beef in special branch. I don't know. But I want Deacon Mitchell not to interfere and mash up the police force.
Kakistocracy?
Yeah, all people who the electorate reject, they bringing them all about in gala and thing. The people say they don't want you. When they come by your home, you're asking them where they going, how they get your telephone number, what you want to go and represent people. How that could happen? They reject you first. You're not trying to redeem yourself. When they go and check you, you're asking them, why are you coming by me for? When they call you on the phone, you're asking them, where you get your number? So as you dey near your couple, you go tell them that too. And that what going on here, you're pinning thing on people's clothes, the electorate reject you, take a back seat. Go to the back. The people didn't want you. They didn't want Christopher Columbus in Italy. They didn't want you in Rome.
Okay, concerning the submitted lyrics thing, that's wrong. Somebody important just texted me and told me you submit a flash drive or CD, which is normal with your song, and that's how it's supposed to be going, not submitted lyrics. So that's wrong. I get from good source. Yes, Igwe, sorry, you want to cut you?
No. We're here to give you information.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Telling you, let me take it.
Please grind me. Hello?
Good afternoon, Igwe. Good afternoon, Mastercard.
Good afternoon.
Yeah. I mean, today we're so close to our independence. I'm a week away. And I'm so sad to hear some of the points and issues that are being raised at this time of the year. Last night we had our Independence Calypso competition. It was a good competition. It was great to see a lot of the past well-known Calypsonians participating, challenging the former King, Nivian Cox, for the title. And it was a good show. Persons may have their different preferences or whatever, but I think I want to extend congratulations also to Scholar, who I think did a splendid job last night and was crowned king, so congratulations to him. On that note, I've heard something that is troubling me, and maybe you and your team and your persons could call in and give some information on that. And that is, it is my understanding now that schools have to now finance their own maintenance. So if the toilet is broken, if a window is damaged, if the door is damaged, that schools now have to find their own financing to execute repairs in the school. That needs to say that the teachers and principals, the staff of schools, will now have to have fundraising events to maintain school property.
Or the parents have to pay?
Or the parents have to pay. No, that is mind-boggling to me, like I've been pointing out in this entire program, that we could find $22 million to spend for celebrations. We can find the monies to give free school books to everybody, even those who couldn't afford. We can find free free lunches for the students, and I believe that program also have some issues because in many of the schools, the students still have to pay for the lunch because the schools are yet to receive the adequate funding to support purchasing of the materials to prepare the lunches for the children. So if those things are true, needless to say, I think this is reached the point of being ridiculous. A teacher's job is not to fundraise. A teacher's job is to educate, to instill morals, principles. We want well-rounded, holistic students. Teacher's job cannot be to fundraise, to maintain the facility at which they work. When you go to work for Nawasa, you go to work to Grand Lake, you go to work for Flu, nobody in those companies asks you to go and fundraise to maintain the bathroom and toilet in the business. And that cannot be acceptable. And if that is true, if that is the case, I think this urgently needs to be looked into. I would like to hear some feedback from Brother Jude. I think he's the president of the Grenada Union of Teachers. I would like to hear some feedback from them as to the situation with that. This is a matter of concern for each and every Grenadian, especially parents. You have your kids in school. You ought to be concerned about this. I look forward to getting some responses on it.
Yeah, we look forward to feedback on it also.
All right, bless. All right, Mr. Glynn.
You pick up anything? You pick up anything on that, Igor?
No.
Well, somebody called the station here.
But I've been paying
a couple of weeks ago and said the same thing.
I've been paying for lunch. I've been paying for this, paying for that with my daughter too. I've been going through some things there. I just doesn't question it.
Yeah.
But every week is a set of money, and I don't understand. It's supposed to be free, ain't it? Oh, I have a colony.
Somebody said they're still paying for lunch at school.
Yeah, I still paying for lunch too.
Yeah.
Every week. Well, every month I'll pay for the month. Hello?
Yeah.
Hello?
Yes.
Hello?
Yes.
Hi.
Good evening, Carl Igwe.
Yeah.
Blessed Sunday, fellas. Igwe, you still in school?
No, I'm not in school. What are you in school? You're not old. You're not old. Yeah, what are you saying?
You're still paying for lunch?
I'm paying for lunch still.
You're paying for lunch still. Well, boy, you had to eat, you know. The caller that called about pertaining to do with the method in which they pick the performers, contenders for the competition is right. By submission, lyric submission, either on a CD or flash drive. You know, like a demo, some kind of demo or something like that. But it has to be submitted in that manner. That's how they pick the contenders for that competition.
But when what I'm saying is now, how the thing those go now? Like you have the prelims, like when we're doing the soca monarch, you have the prelims. When you submit a song, no matter what type of song you're singing, that is your song. And I'm pretty sure everybody's gonna submit an independent song.
Yep.
So I don't understand that all who submit songs supposed to sing because it's independent, and then you choose.
Yeah.
That's how it's supposed to go.
Nah, they don't do that. They just they read the lyrics, they watch the person who submitted, apparently, and they judge by it, and that's how they judge it.
So do you like your name? If question mark for your surname, you're dead.
If they find you as INP, you're going through.
Well, you know, the thing about it is you have to reach out to one of the people that is
I'm trying to do that.
Into the competition and find out what is the reason why they do it that way. And even if you make a early selection through that kind of method, if you're supposed to sing in the preliminary, you're supposed to have a preliminary performance, then you pick for the semifinals, and then you go into the finals. But it is what it is. It's Grenada today. It's Grenada today. I know the name of the newspaper.
Grenada today. Yes, Grenada today.
Grenada today. So, folks, have a good evening.
Blessed, my brother.
Bless.
Yeah, call me now. Call me.
Call you when?
Call. Later.
Carl. That is his new name?
Carl.
Carl, is that his
Yeah,
new
Carl.
name?
Carl me.
Carl, that is his new name?
Bye. We done it. Bye. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Igwe?
Yeah.
10 minutes left.
Oh, yeah, for me, Igwe.
A school child just tell me, you know.
Yeah.
So the teacher and them have to make fares to raise money.
There's a school fair and things, so maybe that will be part of it. You got to do more of that now to have money in the kitty. And a caring government who talks all about education and how the youth.
In parliament.
So you see everything them men and them really say, Igwe, they're walking out as expected. So then I ask the question, Igwe, could we honestly say that this government is representing all of the people? And the answer is a resounding no, Igwe. No. Because it's all about monies for to make for themselves and make excuses when things happen. Now they can't say is what a lie people will get paid. So the excuse is the finance officers.
I know more than 10 people are getting paid.
10 is a joke?
Well, I know 10 close people.
Hundreds of people will get paid. And here, I hear how the Minister of Finance also condescending debouchers. You don't think debouchers?
You don't like that name?
Yeah. They have some contempt for, and all them counting poor people children. All them is poor people children, but they get to a point now they don't care. And these things are them Igwe.
They find their own people
We go always speak on those issues Igwe. So the Prime Minister need to treat with the crime situation. Because the crime situation is a matter for him. If you neglect the police, Mr. Prime Minister, it's like you're neglecting the security aspect of the country. And if you don't have security, you go have chaos. And anything could happen. But like a little ashamed, so I don't care. Because if you could say it's nothing to do with you, you know it coming. And to see if you go say that with COVID now. And they say you can, if you are anybody in the mental place in Mongo, you can go and visit them and you have to wait.
Why you can go? What going on?
I don't know. Somebody could call us and tell us.
The place get away.
I don't know. Somebody who know.
What going on update?
Call in and let us. No, because we don't want to preempt to say things we don't know.
Well, asking question too. The place filthy.
I have no idea. And I don't advancing no ideas. I'm just asking the questions. Mr. Prime Minister,
mental health, no?
How much money your company make from CBI since last election? The people want to know. The people need to know. So please, tell us. Please, we want to know. Don't keep it from us. Not to keep it from us, Igwe. Right, Igwe.
An NDC government will ensure that youth in agriculture and fisheries, youth in diplomacy and diplomatic affairs, youth in sport, medicine, and sport leadership, youth in every division of every area and sector of government will be visible at every level of our political structure.
Kill from my heart, I'm telling you, black man, all you look for that. Why on earth black man always want that kickstart? Black man, all you look for that.
And there are the people rejecting. He went to the people and them reject him. Resoundingly so, you know. But these are the people they have at the forefront, you know. Reject people. Or the Prime Minister style them again? What government? You call them a name, man.
Beggy government?
No. And he said they go check only on their friends the family and so on.
Government by default.
A default government.
Yeah, government by default.
So folks, we hope today that the discussion was one where you gain something and understand that the National Democratic Congress is not a government that is representing all of the people. They are representing some of the people. And that is not what government was, irrespective of, you see, the Congress government does not recognize that when you become the government of the country, it's for everybody, but it's still acting as though it's NDC. So when the leader of finance, the government finance minister, goes on a political program and discusses the government's business, that is vulgar. That is obscene. And that is wrong. The question is, could they get any worse? Because every time I believe they hit rock bottom and they go rebound, they keep going down. You could imagine that the Minister of Finance discussing government business on a political program? Good afternoon, caller.
Caller, you have 2 minutes.
Yes, I was right?
Yes.
So I was right just now, okay?
Yes.
Igwe, I was right just now when I said what I said.
Yeah.
So I won't apologize anymore. You better apologize to me instead.
All right, brother. All right, blessings.
Igwe, you had something to play for me.
What was that again?
Would they want to break down them people and them liquor?
Yo, the housing, the liquor shop and thing, they want to break down. Oh, yes, let me leave them with that. Yeah. They want to break down the liquor shop and them. Where is it?
So we go leave that with them, with their folks.
Yeah.
The Planning and Development Authority of Grenada, PDA, is enforcing regulations to curb illegal, disorderly, and unauthorized development in several locations throughout the state of Grenada. The authority is concerned that structures mainly associated with vending are negatively impacting the environment, has undesirable public health and sanitation consequences, present obstructions to vehicle and pedestrian traffic, can become projectiles during adverse weather conditions, and generally affect the aesthetics of the nation. The PDA will work along with stakeholder ministries and institutions to effect the demolition, removal, and disposal of structures which fall in the category of illegal and disorderly development, commencing January 2024. In this regard, persons who vend in or occupy such illegal structures are advised to secure their personal belongings and have the structures removed ahead of the planned PDA demolition operations. These actions of the PDA have become necessary to safeguard and protect public health and the environment, ensure the safety and well-being of all citizens and visitors, discourage any future disorderly construction, and encourage compliance to regulations pertaining to physical development in the state of Grenada. This is a message from the Planning and Development Authority of Grenada.